welcome to Maginhawa Teatime, or Teatime with Maginhawa. I'm May.
Baby Jade.
Gem.
Claire.
And today we are having a little girl talk. We're going to be talking about our experiences growing up in the UK, having two cultures to fit into, and all the fun things that we had to go through as girls.
Fun.
Alright, anyway, so I'm going to start everything off with
You start.
me.
Yeah.
Me. Okay. So I'm just not white enough. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, growing up in Philippines, like everyone wanted to be white, right?
Yeah.
They wanted that like nice,
Seesaw,
light, fair
light
skin. Yeah, because
No one wanted to be Morena.
no one
Yeah,
wanted to
no
be
one.
tan.
No one.
Morena means being tanned,
Being
basically.
tan.
And if you're like white or fair skin, it kind of means you're rich because you're not out there planting the rice.
Yes.
Basically,
Yeah.
right? That's what I've been
You're
told.
always
Anyway.
sheltered indoors because you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, but when you're here in the UK, everyone wants to be tan.
Because it
Morena.
means you go on holiday and then you're getting your tan and relaxing on the beach.
Yeah,
So they like
basically,
that.
they do. So tell me, guys.
Boy.
Tell me what you guys had to go through growing up.
Okay, so every time I went to Philippines, I'd go there, and all I'd want to do is tan because that is the thing here in London. We want
Yeah.
to be tan to show that we like, as in evidence that we went on holiday.
Yeah.
So I tan and everything, but once I get there, my grandparents are like, shoot up these umbrellas, like come under my umbrella, like don't go underneath the sun. I was like, what? But then obviously I'd still tan like without my grandparents being there, and they'd be like, oh, you're so dark. I'm just like, you call this dark? Like like my complexion now, they'd be like, you're too dark, blah blah blah. My cousin, she'd be like, oh my god, I'm whiter than you. Then I'm like, okay, so
Yeah.
like what am I meant to do? They always compare like if you're darker or lighter than them, like.
But
all the time.
it's actually really interesting because they have a lot of like beauty secrets. Like moms make you do the most things to make you beautiful, right?
Yeah.
You tell us yours.
Why do I have to go first? I want someone else to go first. I can't lie.
All right, baby Jade, speak.
Me.
Do it. Just do it. I'll add on to it because we shared a similar experience.
Okay,
Oh,
so obviously when you get your first period,
Who knows about
There's a
this? You guys know about this?
you know about this.
Do you know about this?
There's a thing where you have to wipe your blood on your face.
okay. I didn't go that far.
Yes.
Fuck.
So
Fuck me.
my story is, I didn't know I actually started my period until I actually went to go legal. I was like, Mom, I need to go legal. Blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, let's go. Because at that point, I still didn't know how to wash myself. But yeah, anyways, no, I was like 7 or 8 or something. And then she was like, oh my god, Anak, you started your period. I was like, what? And next thing I know, she gets the blood. It's like, we need to put it on your face now. So this is her hand. And I'm like, no, Mom, no. I'm like crying my eyes out. She's like, no, you're gonna get spots, blah, blah. Because apparently it's supposed to like prevent your spots, have nice skin. Because you know when you break out. And then I was like, no. I was crying, but she had to do it because obviously I was just a little kid.
That's true. This is like a Filipino tradition.
Yeah.
So I had to do the same thing, same sort of situation, forced, because Filipino moms believe that your first menstruation has the most valuable nutrients for your face, for your beauty, that prevents you from getting ugly, basically. Yeah, so I had a similar situation to Jade, which I didn't know about recently. Actually, we just talked about it, which is why we came up with this girl talk.
I'm
Yeah,
speechless.
so I have an older sister and 3 brothers, and then when I got my period, I was really upset because my 3 brothers were like, look, you're bleeding, that means you're gonna die. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna die. Shoot me. And then my sister's like, oh, okay, Mom, she got her period, it's time for May to do the thing. And my mom's so happy, like she's really happy. She's like, okay, May, come on, it's time to do your thing. I'm like, whoa, what's my thing? And then she's there, and then she just grabs it and goes, come here. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? It's like, you have to do this, anak. It's part of tradition. You got to wipe this on your face. I'm
On
like,
your face?
what? I was like, nah. You're messing around. I was like, you guys are playing a sick joke and this is not cool. And then they basically go, no, you have to do it. And I'm there, my brother's already laughing. I'm there crying. And then my sister's there.
She gotta do it. I had to do it. She has to do
Oh,
it.
she did it too.
She did it too.
Yeah.
She did it too. And then, but apparently she didn't do it properly. And then her face got all messed up.
Oh, so they thought
Yeah.
this is
So
probably
that's
gonna
why
work,
I had
yeah.
like everyone holding me down. My mum just did it.
I mean, it works. You got nice
I
skin.
mean, I don't know if it. I mean, and then like she just wiped it all over my face, and then I couldn't even wash it off straight away because she was like, "Oh, you have to let it sit. That's the mistake that happened to your sister. We didn't let it like sink in with
So
her."
this was like a face mask.
Basically, it was a blood facial. It was a blood facial. I can't lie. It was not.
But they
nice.
also have that thing where
It
they
was
say
nasty.
you can't shower for the first 3
Wait,
days.
I haven't even gotten to that.
Okay.
So
there we
after
go.
this, that whole shebang, I washed my face finally. I finished crying. I just feel gross. I just feel really dirty, and I'm like, okay, Mom, I'm gonna take a shower. Huh? A shower? No. I was like, what? Why not? You can't go take a shower while you're on your period. I was like, what? It's like you have to wait 3 days before you can take a shower. And that was it. I just cried even more because I'm like, just went through that horrific thing. I can't shower, and I feel dirty. So,
Oh my god.
thank you, Mom. Thank you for that pleasant experience. But anyway, after that, I went to school, back to school, and everyone's kind of getting their period as well. And I actually grew up in Ireland, and everyone there is quite,
Not Filipino.
not Filipino. So I go into like my best friends and I'm like, hey guys, like, oh yeah, I just got my period too, and like, do you guys have to do that thing, like, with your face, like, wipe your chest? They're like, what are you talking about? Like the blood on the face and like,
Yikes, that must have been so embarrassing.
yo, and then they were like, yo, you gotta call someone. That's not right. And then I was like, I realized what I said because their experience is quite different to ours.
Quite different, hella different.
And I was like, you know what? I'm totally joking. It's taking the piss, guys. And they were like, oh my god, thank God. Like, we thought that was such extreme.
And then in your head, you were just probably like, oh my fucking god.
I was like, I can never tell anyone this story ever again. And then when I met like a few other Filipinos not in my circle, weirdly, I don't know how it comes up, but it does come up, and I'm like, she did the blood thing. Yeah, I did it too. And then I kind of was like, how's your skin been? Do you think that shit worked? But I can't lie, like, I think growing up, I've never had a really bad skin problem.
So,
I don't,
Must be nice.
yeah, I've never had bad skin problems.
I didn't do it. I thought, like, my dad made a joke when I first got my first period. It was like, oh, you're gonna have to do that skin thing with the period. And I was like, haha, so funny, Dad. And generally, my parents are like very traditional Filipinos, go through every kind of superstition, but they never made me do that.
same.
But then when I reached like year 11, I started getting acne like on this side of my
Same.
head.
Acne
Yeah.
all over my whole forehead.
Yeah. And then it got fixed. I went to GP, got like cream for it. And then recently when I started working on for uni, now I'm breaking out loads like on my cheek area. Maybe
Is the
it's because I
superstition
didn't do
real?
the skin thing.
It's the stupid.
Maybe.
I've never
Because your
had
skin's so
a
good.
breakout.
Well, what about
Your
mine?
skin's really good.
I'm
It's so
breaking out
good.
every day.
Maybe he didn't let it sink in.
Probably.
When you did
It was a
your-
long time. That's like 10 years ago.
But I'd still say your
Over
skin's
10
good.
years
Like
ago.
your skin's very like even tone
Like
and stuff.
I
You don't wear
have like
foundation.
anyone that knows me, like I'm the worst person with skincare. I wear makeup, don't wash it off, don't do the same thing. But
Damn,
go
your
to
blood
sleep.
blessed you. Then.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that
Good
was
nutrients. Good nutrients.
that was a magic serum that happened. But
Wrong words.
yeah,
Wow.
exactly. Didn't mean that. No, but
That's insane.
but apparently it's a thing. Apparently, you have to go through it as a young, like from a girl to a young lady. You got to do it.
It's traumatic, man.
I'm
Wow.
glad I didn't. You didn't.
Yeah, I
did you?
didn't either.
It was really traumatic. I can't lie. But now that I think about it, I'm
You just
like,
laugh at it, right?
I do laugh at it. Yeah.
But then low key, you're just like,
low key, who's coming down? Is someone going down? No, sorry.
Here's a
That was
question: when you have kids, Will you do it?
No.
100%.
No.
200%.
You would?
I would, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't doing that to my kids.
You're cool, fam.
Yeah.
You know what? I believe that I would like to say I'm a decent person.
To wipe your child.
No.
That face.
No, I feel like that process has helped me become the person I am today. And if I didn't go through that and go through something traumatic as a child, I don't think I would be a decent person. So gotta make my child do that, you know?
Mm.
Plus, it's only fair because I bloody did it and no one else is going to do it after
Wow.
me.
You know-
Someone else needs to do this after me.
My sisters didn't do it.
Your sisters didn't do
They
it?
didn't.
Are you the adult?
I'm the
You're
oldest. And I have two younger sisters.
Why then? Have you ever asked your mom why she didn't make them?
No, 'cause I kind of like block out that memory from my thing. But until we had that conversation the other day, it was like,
All the memories came
Like,
back.
shit.
All the trauma came back.
yeah, I
all
was
at
like,
once.
whoa. And I was like, whoa. I was even like jarred by the fact my mom did it. I was like jarred by the fact that she didn't let my sisters do it. I was like,
Yeah.
My mum
what's
says
the
it to me all the
difference?
time.
I think it was like trial and error. Because
Oh yeah, it's 100% trial and error.
Yeah.
As the oldest.
I think she was like, it didn't work on JD, so why is it going to work on other kids?
My mum was really happy about my skin. Like, every time she sees me, she's like, if you listen to me, look, you'd be very beautiful. But you don't listen to me. Like, she also has this thing about me, like, shaving, right? So she would never let me shave or touch any of, like my
Same,
arms, my
same.
legs.
When I was younger.
She wouldn't let me touch my eyebrows.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, until now, I've never plucked or shaped my eyebrows. Till today.
Wow, you're blessed.
Yeah. Like,
Right.
I wanted to, because, you know, there was a phase everyone was like,
yeah, everyone's doing
Yeah, girl, I went threading. Never came back to that.
yeah.
They like took all my eyebrows.
And my sister, like, never listened to my mom, so she threaded her eyebrows, did all that stuff that wasn't meant to be, like, normal or whatever.
Mm.
And then she was like, oh, shit, I wish I should have listened to mom, because, like, you haven't, like, done anything to your eyebrows. I've never done anything to my eyebrows. And, like, I'm glad, because that's long. Being a girl is long.
Yeah.
That is so true.
So I'm so glad, like, don't have a weird, long, skin routine. Not there's anything wrong with skin routines. I think
Same.
we should have one. I think I should have one. But I've done well.
Maybe you should go to your mum and ask for her opinion.
I did ask her. I said, what do you do to maintain your skin? She rubs lemon on her skin and
Like-
salt.
Oh my god, but that's whitening again.
Yeah.
That's whitening again.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's what she does. She wipes lemon on her face. And that's it every morning.
Like fresh lemon.
Like fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh. She gets it fresh. Just pads it around. And then wash it off. And then soap. She doesn't use whitening soap. She's never told me to use whitening soap.
Mm.
She's only told me, like, I'm not ever allowed to have, like, black knees and black elbows. I'm not sure why, but she's always, like, said, oh, no, wow, don't go on your knees, or don't go like this, or don't,
Yeah.
like, touch anything, basically, so that your elbows and knees won't go black. And I'm like, okay. And then, again, go to school, ask my friends, yo, guys, what color are your knees and your elbows? And they're like,
What's wrong with this girl?
what the fuck?
What's she doing at home?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
like,
dude.
oh, it's another joke, like, yeah.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
they thought I was really funny. But I was in the friend group, I was like the funny one, but deep
They
inside,
probably
that's
Why
just
is
my
no one
normal
laughing?
life. I'm just trying to tell them what's going
They
on.
probably thought you were loopy in there.
Yeah, they
Oh,
probably did.
God.
They probably did. They were like, oh, yeah, because,
Yeah, she's funny.
yeah, I'm like, I'm the funny one. Just talk about, like, stuff that's not real.
But yeah, but that's what happens though when you're like the only Asian person
Yeah.
in the group.
Yeah.
Like you actually can't relate to everything. Like, for example, their parents are so chill with them doing everything, and then there's me like, wow, I can't even go to the park. I can't even go sleepovers. My mom would be like, no sleepover, no boyfriend until you're 30. Like things like that. And then all these other kids be like, oh yeah, I just kissed this guy in the playground. Like I was just like, oh, my mom would have whooped my ass right now if she found out. Oh my god, yeah, but you know what I mean.
It's different. It's different. And, like, my mom has this really big thing about, like, people who smell.
Yes.
Yeah, my mom was the
Yeah.
same. My mom
They
was a
use the
really
word
sensitive nurse.
potok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potok
Yeah.
means, like, in translation, there's a lot of translations for it. Potok means, like, like bang.
Bang.
One is bang, like bang, like
Or like
not-
kaboom.
like kaboom.
Yeah.
And then I
Your
think
face.
Filipinos are naturally quite funny, and they're like, if someone has BO, they'd say like, oh yeah,
Amoy potok.
yeah, amoy
It smells
patok,
like-
or like Jade has patok.
And literally the translation is she smells like a big bang in your
Yeah.
face. I never actually thought of the translation
Yeah,
that
I've
comes
never.
with it.
Yeah.
I just
We
thought
don't-
it as BO.
Yeah, but you know what my Lila does? Like when she knows there's no Philippines, she's like, Amba, like out loud, she just shout it, knowing that no one understands. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, Lila.
But they always. I think that's why like, I prefer for someone to tell me if I did smell rather than like
100%.
go out like the whole day feeling like I'm fresh when I'm not.
Yeah.
So like I think my mom being like that as well, like straight up my friends would be there, there'd be boys, there'd be everyone, and she'd be like, anak mabaho ka.
Yeah.
And that means like, daughter, you smell. And I'm like, oh, like why you gotta do this to me, mom? Like,
It's through that puberty phase, right?
Yeah.
oh,
They're
no,
all, oh
always.
yeah.
And then like, cause again I have a lot of siblings, it's like when she says that, but hey, May smells, everyone, May smells, everyone smell her armpit right now, she smells, and I'll be like,
Oh damn, because you grew up with boys as well, so
Yeah,
they're gonna
yeah.
take the piss.
I know, but like I'm quite thick skinned now, so
Same.
when yeah, like yeah,
Get
when
listen to you now.
they do, and then I'll be like, oh, Kuya smells, Kuya
They
smells,
go quiet.
really bad. I'm gonna tell your girlfriend right now. But, you know, I'm kidding. Actually, I do tell them like, I think I'm gonna tell him to take a shower, you know, like, but it's good. I'm glad that it was a little bit of bullying in the beginning for me not to smell as an adult.
Did your mum ever bully you? Bro, I
Yeah,
got bullied
my
by
whole-
my mum.
I used to get bullied
She
by
still bullies me
everyone.
now, man.
Same, like for
Everyone.
real.
She'll like touch me like, oh, May, I think your arms, you know, that's code for your arms are fat, like.
Yeah.
But she will
Yeah.
never say
Oh,
the
yeah.
words "you're fat" or anything
Yeah.
like that. She'll just,
Just like trying to
yeah, like
slim down the arm.
she's trying to like massage it to be
to
skinny.
slim it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
And
no.
then she'll be like, oh.
oh
Yeah, she'll always do that like when she comes.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Now my mum is way more full on. She'll be like, "You look fat." I was just like, oh no, I can't lie. I backchatted her one time. I was like, "If I'm fat, then what are you?" And then we went into a full on feud. We were just like, but yeah, no, like my mum is way full on. I can't believe your mum is just like, my mum will full on straight on tell me. I was just like,
Oh, you know why? Because if she like talks to me about weight and stuff, I'll just walk out. Because
Yeah,
you know
no,
what? I
yeah.
just can't be asked. I just can't reason with her anymore. Like,
yeah, but that's such a thing in Asia again. Like, even if you have a little thickness here, they call you
Yeah.
fat straight away.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what?
yeah. You guys were talking about in Philippines, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, in Philippines is intense.
Yeah, it's because I've never had that from my parents. Like my parents are all very like, ignore what everyone says about you. You're always beautiful, blah blah. But whenever I went to Philippines, I went.
always the titas.
Yeah, it's the
Titas
titas and the
grandparents.
lolas.
Oh my
goodness, yeah.
Because like I went back after first year of uni, and obviously everyone knows first year of uni, like first time
Stress.
freedom. You drink, you eat loads, like no control. And then so I gained a bit of weight, and I've always been very stick thin, like just
Same.
nothing on me. And then I gained weight, and then I got there, and then I was referred to as, oh, the mataba one, yeah?
The
And I was
mataba
like, yeah,
one
and I was
means
like,
fat
the
one.
fat one.
Yeah.
Fat one.
And I was like, I'm fat. And I remember, like, and what, our first year of uni, I think I was 19 at the time. I was like crying because I was like, I'm not fat, am I? Like, and then I was looking at myself in the mirror, like, I'm fat now, like, and I felt like I
Yeah,
couldn't
comments
eat
like that
there.
make you so self-conscious.
Yeah, super self-conscious.
So self-conscious.
But the weird thing is, like, them saying, oh, you're a mataba, again, to them, it's a good thing. That's what my parents were saying. They're like, oh, it's a good thing that they're saying that. Because they're saying, oh, you're richer, you get to eat more food, and blah, blah, blah.
They don't
make it sound
That's
like
a
that.
thing,
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
isn't it?
That is a thing. That's
Because they
weird
comment
thing.
if you're too thin as
Yeah,
well.
that's
They're
happened to
like,
me,
oh,
man.
yeah.
There's
you don't
never
get fed
an
at
in-between.
home.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
never an in-between. You're
Yeah.
either always judged on being too skinny or too fat.
Yeah.
Like, you're either or.
No
Like,
middle
I've never
ground.
gotten
Yeah.
someone to say, wow, you actually look healthy.
Yeah.
It's either
yeah.
you're too fat. Oh, yeah, you're getting a bit...
That's so
Yeah.
true. That's very true.
Right?
Like, what do you want, man?
Yeah, like I told you, I was speaking about this earlier when I got off the flight. You're going to be a bit more swollen after
Yeah,
that
yeah.
long flight.
Yeah.
So I got off the plane and my granddad saw me. He was like, "Ay, lumo boka." That means you blew up a bit. I was just like, bro, I haven't seen. I was like, oh, okay. In my head, I was like, raw. I haven't seen my granddad in a while. And that's the first thing he says. He doesn't even say, hey, I miss you. Love. He was like, oh,
It's true. The first thing they say to you is
always about your
Always-
appearance.
yeah, always comment on it.
they always say shit like, "Did they leave you in the kitchen? Like, like, were you just left alone in the kitchen?
Oh.
I'm gonna talk to your parents about that."
Hmm.
I'll be like,
Wow.
"Whoa, okay then." No, but you were saying earlier how your mum and dad was like telling you you're beautiful and you're perfect the way you are.
Nice.
Yeah.
Every
Must be
time-
nice.
Must be nice.
Yeah, that must be nice because that definitely
My
didn't happen at
parents.
home.
My parents said that.
Yeah.
But it's more like my titas. So like when I was 10,
Mhm.
I went through a phase. Like I lost so much weight. Like I used to be chubby, and then every every weekend we'd be with the family, like our whole family, and then every time I see them, they're like, "You're getting fatter," and they also comment on my color.
Yeah.
So I got the nickname Nogs, which is which
Like
made me-
next.
yeah. So,
Negla.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I would call that. So it made it sound bad. They made it sound
Yeah.
bad. So I was like, oh my god. So for 3 months, I didn't show my face to anyone. I worked out like so much,
Oh my
exercise.
God.
I didn't eat.
What?
I never ate.
Oh my gosh!
No.
Wow.
And then I used whitening soap and stuff. And
Yeah, but this is the
everything.
pressure that
Bruv.
we go through
Yeah.
It's
as
hard.
Filipino girls growing up.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
shouldn't be the case when you're.
And then
a
when I got
kid.
skinny, they were all like, "You're so thin. I can see your
Yeah.
bones."
Do you see what I
was
mean?
like,
Like you're
what?
either too fat or too skinny.
Yeah.
Never in between.
It was
Or
hard.
like my mum, like I would say I was quite. I wouldn't say I was fat when I was younger. I would just say I was the right weight for my height actually.
Right.
And then, but to my mum, that was still fat.
Mm.
And then she would say stuff like, "Oh, May, you'll never find a boyfriend." Yeah. She would say stuff like, "How are you going to find a boyfriend if you're fat?" Yeah, and then I'd be like, "Oh, there's
How
no
old were you
boyfriend."
when that was?
Oh, she still used to say it to me up until I was like 20 and stuff. Like, she
Oh
would
my
always tell me
gosh.
like, "Oh, if you don't comb your hair, no boys will want to talk to you." Like she'll say all that kind of stuff to me, but like, it's not in a mean way.
Yeah,
It just, you know what, when she
Like,
says it to me, like, it makes me
She's
laugh.
just concerned a bit.
But sometimes I'm like, that's a bit deep, mum. Like,
Yeah.
calm down.
But that's why Filipino mums don't actually know their boundaries either.
No.
They don't actually know.
Especially like the fresh ones.
yeah.
Like, cause my mom, she
Yeah.
grew up here, so she understands as to
Same,
why
my mum's been here.
like
for
it's
a
not
while.
cool.
But from what I've heard from like others, like even up until now, I do sense that from my mum. Like she doesn't actually know her boundaries when it comes to like saying some certain things, and it actually like it hits you here sometimes. You're like like just
chill.
kind of chill like with what you say, because ouch, I got feelings too.
Mine's opposite. My mum's quite like quiet and she's very like just sweet. Like she's a very sweet. But it's my dad that I mainly got comments about appearance wise. Like for example, when I was little, I used to like play a lot on the playground and fall over and I'd get scars, and my dad would be like, "Oh, it's not good for a girl to have scars all over her
that's-
body.
yeah.
Like you need to like play a bit softer so you don't fall over." And again, it was just like he's just like peclats aren't nice. Like
Peclat,
means
yeah,
scar
scars.
in Tagalog.
Yeah.
So then that was probably like the only comments I got. Or say if I'm a picker, like, and when I get spots as well, like, I just want to squeeze. My dad's like, "No, you're a babae. You don't good, like you just have to like leave it be so it doesn't scar." And I'm like, "But dad, it'll scar whether or not."
Yeah.
Because I've got tan skin, naturally it just the melanin just rushes to the spot.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mom's chill usually.
Yeah, I think I remember like when I was going through a phase where I was like, I think because of stress for uni and stuff, I was gaining weight fast and also losing weight fast.
Same.
And I started to get like stretch marks, and then I was like, "Oh my god, life is over." And I was like, "What?" It's like, "You have stretch marks on neck. You don't get this until you're pregnant. Like, you look like you had it." And I literally had like one stretch mark like there, and she was like, "You look like you had a kid." I'm like, "Mom,
Wow.
that's too extreme.
Yeah,
It's one
that's
stretch."
what-
But then
boundaries. that's what I
it did
mean.
make me feel like, "Oh my god, why do I have a stretch mark? Like, I shouldn't have a stretch mark." And then it made me feel very conscious, and then I looked up all these things, how to like get rid of your stretch marks, bought all of it, like the bio oil, coconut butter,
Yeah, cocoa shit.
shea butter, all that stuff, and like looked into like natural hair remedies and all this stuff.
Yeah, same. That wasn't the
Yeah.
same here, but on like my bum.
Yeah.
Like my mum rushed to me with like shea butter. I was like, what's this? Or she was like, it's for your stretch marks. You need to get rid of them. She started rubbing me down. I was like, no, it's fine. But like, they're really concerned about appearance.
Yeah.
Another thing, appearance-wise, like, do you know the superstition where like if you do this to your nose, like
Yeah,
my Lula did not chill with that. She left red marks on my nose.
Yeah.
It hurts. Like she would be. She said,
Wow.
like what did they say?
One bango.
Yeah, like
No
that.
bango.
Yes.
And she squeezed it so hard.
Your mum did a
Bangor
really
means
good
like-
job.
Nice.
Oh,
Every night, wasn't it?
They actually didn't do that, but like they did it to my siblings. I was like, what the fuck? Well, I don't remember them doing it to me, but I saw them doing it to my siblings. I was like, what's this for? She was like, and now this is so they get pointy nose. And I was like,
I can't lie to you. I still do it though. Like when I'm bored, I'm just like this.
You don't know,
Yeah,
but
it's
they
so
actually
hard.
did it to you. Their first child. My first child.
just yank the nose
It's
out.
it's gonna have it. It's
Oh
gonna have
my
it.
My
goodness.
mom
She
told me a
needs to.
story when she was younger. So like with her older brothers were like, you need to like get more bangos nose, and they got what are they called? You know when you're hanging clothes, the little clips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they look like
pinned that on her nose.
Shut up.
Yeah.
clothespin.
Yeah, that. They put that on her nose. I think that's what she said. She told me this when I was younger. She was
Yeah.
like, but like, if that really hurt, but you don't need to do that. You just use your hands.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, that hurts. Because when I was little, I used to play with them and put them on my skin. And that hurts. Imagine that on your
Yeah.
nose.
But then this comes into play with the whole westernized beauty being so like big in
Yeah.
Asia.
Yeah.
You just want
It's
to
like idolized.
yeah. No, it's so like over the top
Yeah.
now. I
Yeah.
think.
Or how about that one where your mum was like, oh yeah, I'll cut your eyelashes so they'll grow longer.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah.
My mom was
That
so annoyed. Apparently they did that when she was younger. Never going back. So she's
Yeah.
got like short lashes. Luckily,
Yeah.
surprisingly, my siblings and I we have okay lashes. Like my brother's got long lashes.
Yeah.
But my mom, she always tells me like, don't do it enough. It's a
It's
mistake.
meant,
it
it's
doesn't
meant
work.
to be like, that's bullshit. I know that bullshit because she did that to me and my eyelashes were just crap, like forever. So
Aren't they supposed to do it though to like newborn babies?
yeah, apparently
Yeah.
so. But
I don't know.
she told me that because I remember because all my friends, like again, my non-Filipino friends had.
Do you cut your eyelashes to make them grow longer? Do you imagine?
They had amazing eyelashes. Like I literally, they looked like strip lashes at one point, and I was like,
Wow.
why are my eyelashes not like that? And I go home and I tell my mom like, Mama, like there's something wrong with me. My eyelashes aren't as long as my friends. And then she'd be like, no, Anak, it's still going to grow. I was like 15. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna grow anymore. She's like, no, it's still gonna grow. You wait. I was like, oh, did you have long eyelashes? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, but I know that one was like, oh, why did you touch that?
BS.
Because all my brothers, it's only when you're a girl they cut your eyelashes.
Oh, do they not? I thought they did to boys as well. Or is it just girls?
I think it's only girls because that's what my mom
Oh.
told me. And then my brothers didn't get their lashes cut, and my brothers have longer eyelashes than me.
Yeah, they do. They have really nice eyelashes.
Yeah, so like theirs are like feathered and clumpy and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, thank God
Whatever.
thank God for eyelash extensions. Yeah,
So
here we
great.
go. But that one was a bit silly. That one.
I don't know if you guys went through this, but when I was younger, they shaved my whole head. Because to make
make
your
your
hair
hair
beautiful,
thicker.
Yeah,
to
that
make your hair
happened to
more
me.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I think I was around 2 years old, and I remember them telling me the story. Like they said, yeah, your hair was a bit limp. I was like, what do you mean limp? Like it was apparently like really thin and stuff. They shaved
Yeah.
my whole head, and I was bald for a bit, and it grew back like luscious. So I don't know if that's true.
Thing is, I'm actually supposed to have like proper wavy hair. So my dad's got really wavy hair, and then they did that to me. Now it's just straight. Like there's some waves, but like it's just dead straight. And I just
Yeah,
don't like
no,
it.
No, I think it's like if they believe like if they shave off your hair, it's gonna grow back thicker and
yeah.
longer and nicer. So I don't know. I mean, I can't remember if I did it, but I've always just had thick hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with me.
I used to hate having thick hair. Actually, I wanted it thinned out.
I look like a bruja, bro. Like when
Bruja
I blow
means
Yeah.
witch.
Okay, yeah, witch. Cause like when I blow dry, it's like that. That's why it's always up. Well, like I have to straighten it. It's so bad.
Or like
But it's thick though.
or like you get your ears pierced when you're a baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see why? Like, my first piercings here are literally a line now because of how well, obviously you're gonna grow, like, and your skin here is gonna expand, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
So it looks like a slit. Like, this is so ugly. It's so ugly.
Did you get yours done when you were a baby?
Yeah, when I was born.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
Straight away.
Yeah.
well,
My tita did mine.
Apparently they forgot about me and I had to wait till I was 4. It was really traumatizing. Again, they just love making me go through all these experiences. But no, and then I've never liked wearing earrings myself, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because you remember it when you get your ear pierced that young.
Did it? Did it hurt?
I don't know, in my mind it hurt,
Yeah.
but I know it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But like I'll
As
never
a
get
kid, you're gonna be shocked.
Yeah, I'd never
You're
get,
gonna
like,
be shocked.
a nose pierce or like my belly button pierced or anything like that. And I don't know how people get their tongue pierced, but that happens.
Or tongue split. You know, they split the tongue into 2 and it's like...
Yeah, and like it was really
Yeah.
funny one time. I told my mum I wanted to get my tongue pierced. She was like, she looked like she was gonna have a heart attack. And she was like, and I was like, wait, I'm joking.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, okay. Like, I thought you were like,
Thanks.
she's like, you're like a devil worshiper. I'm like, what? A devil worshiper? She's like, yeah, like apparently she thinks like people get their tongue pierced are like devil worshippers. And I'm like,
Yeah, no, like, my mum said something similar about me getting a cartilage piercing. She was like, you know, like, in the Philippines, like, they call you pok pok. Pok pok means prostitute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, even when I went back to Philippines and I had that piercing, my cousin was like to me, you know, only pok poks get that. I was like, why is it such a thing? Like, I just want my ear pierced, for fuck's sake, like, without the judgment. And then it was actually a thing, like, my aunties were telling me, like, oh, you should take that out, like, people are going to think you're a prostitute. I was like, wait,
I
wait,
did not know
hold on a
that.
second.
I didn't know that either.
So I asked them about just piercings in general. If you have a belly button piercing, any other piercing but your ears, you're immediately assumed to be a prosy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That makes sense because I want to get piercings, like, and I wanted to get more in my ears. My parents are like, even now I'm 22, my parents are like, no, like, do not. And then there's at one point in uni when I was really close to piercing my nose, and my mum was like crying. She's like, no, don't do it, please don't do it. So then I was like, okay, I won't. And I bought a fake one just to try it out to see whether it looked good. And I clipped it in and I showed my mum, and I told her, Mum, it's only a fake one, and she still cried. She was still like,
maybe
no,
it's
why
because
would
of
you
the
want to make a
association.
hole in your face, that kind of thing.
You got a
Like,
hole
it's
in
a
your
baby
nose.
person, you don't need another hole. And I was like, okay, fine, it's alright, calm down.
Oh my god, that is funny.
I did not know that it was related to, like,
Yeah.
I knew, like, there was with tattoos that it's taboo that they're like, oh, because only prisoners have tattoos.
Yeah.
But
I know,
didn't
my mom
know
still believes that
piercings.
now. She says, I could do everything I want in the world, just not a tattoo. And if I get a tattoo, she'll disown me forever.
So you want to get one?
That's why I wanted to get one.
Yeah, you're more rebellious when you get told you can't do it.
But I'm still scared because she's like dead serious.
So do you think she'll actually, like,
My
be
brothers
angry?
are like the most rebellious people I know in the world, and they have never gotten a tattoo.
Ooh.
And like they're more likely to do it more than me, and they've never done it. And like I always joke about it on my birthday every year. I'm like, oh yeah, guys, on our family group chat, I'm like, I want to get a tattoo this year.
Everyone was like, no, typing.
And my mum will send me dots like, dot. But like, joking. One time I got henna, she like freaked out.
Really?
Henna?
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
just henna.
Yeah, but like she doesn't know. Like
Oh,
she
okay.
thought like
It was
because
like
I
a
sent it to her when it was like black, like
Oh, yeah.
you know before you wash it
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And she was like, oh my god, Daddy, yung anak mo, my tattoo. Oh my god, she's never allowed to come home. Tell her not to come home. I don't want to see
Tell her
her.
not to come home.
And I was like, oh, it's temporary, Mum. Like one of those washout tattoos. She's like, oh. And like she literally just doesn't like tattoos at all. So we try to prank her every time, like with something.
It makes you wonder how they've come to this point to be so like concerned about looks.
Yeah.
You must wonder what they went through.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
My mom was made fun of for being really dark.
Oh really?
Yeah, then she was said, like, people were like, oh, you're so dark, no one's gonna like you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For my mum, she was anorexic.
What?
So yeah, she told me she got made fun of a lot for being too thin.
Oh.
Stuff like that, and I was like,
Well, my mum, yeah, I'm just laughing because she says to me, you know when I was your age, I had so many mangliligas.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's what my mum says.
oh no,
Mangliligas mean like suitors or like
guys who want you.
tins that want you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she would like get out all her letters and stuff. Like physically show me, look how many people wanted me. How many people want you now?
I love that.
I was a beautiful girl.
I was a beautiful girl.
love
Yeah, and then that's what she says to me.
Yeah.
Don't you want to be beautiful, huh?
Huh?
I'm like, don't you want money girls, huh? And I'm like, no, mom. Actually, I don't. I'm cool. You keep your. No, but she's like really proud of it, and like she tells me like her form of like working out, because back then they didn't have like gyms and that kind of stuff. Their workout was walking to get water and stuff, or something like that. So she's like, you gotta touch your toes 50 times so you can have a nice waist.
Oh my god.
And she made me do it.
Oh my god.
She made me do it for like.
Your mum's hilarious.
She is actually too much, actually. Now I don't do that. And she's like, she'll say it in front of like Omar or like someone now. And she'll be like, what happened to your toe exercise? You don't do that anymore. I'm like, oh, mom, why are you embarrassing me? Go away. But no. That's why I'm going to make my child do exactly the same thing.
No way.
Like toe exercises. I'm gonna just make some fake Facebook messages and be like, look at my suitors. Come on, you need to have some too. No, I'm kidding.
So dead.
Yeah,
I'm surprised though, because actually my mom and her mom, they were actually they took part in pageants. You know, like Miss
That's a big thing
Philippines.
in Philippines.
Yeah. So I'm surprised that my mom wasn't like, you gotta look this way, you gotta look that way.
Every mom wants you to be the beauty queen.
Yeah, like I was really
I'm
surprised.
so glad I didn't get put into pageants either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't enjoy that.
Cause I see it now, and they're like people that are in it, they're like stressed. Like I'm like,
My mom made my brother do it. Because I was at this point, I was like, because I was the youngest, and I'm quite like, not I know my rights or anything like that. I'm just that child that's like, but why?
Yeah, you question back.
And then my mom just got really tired, and then went to my other brother, Moya, was like, you're gonna be a pageant boy. And then my mom was like, and he was like, what? Like, you don't have a say. I've already put you into it, and you're doing it. So my brother had to do it. Like, and he was like, she was like, if you don't do it, it's really embarrassing, and I can't be embarrassed. So you have to do it. And then my mom was like, oh
Yikes.
But he was really good. He's really good. He did everything my mom wanted him
Time
to
to
do.
whip out the pictures. I want to ask him later.
He won. He won.
Really?
He won.
hey, Moya, we
Yeah,
Really?
he had makeup
yeah.
done. He had his eyebrows done. He did the whole thing.
Wow, he did the whole shebang.
Yeah.
What the
Was
fuck?
this
He
in
did-
Ireland?
Yeah, he did a dance, did a little walk.
No.
That's like, can't be me. I've got a stretch mark, you know. So I just told her, I was like, Mom, I have a stretch mark. I can't be part of that. And she was like, oh yes. But like,
Oh.
no, but now she's exactly the same.
Oh.
She's a little bit more okay with like weight and stuff. Like, she's not as hardcore as she was when I was growing up. She still does throw in her little,
Same. My mom still throws in comments like, now and again. I'm just like,
or like she'll send me a picture of when I was skinny, and she's like, from Facebook, because she loves Facebook, right? And
every Filipino mom loves Facebook.
she'll-
They drown in Facebook.
they do. She spends all her time on Facebook, and
Same.
she'll look through all the old photos
Yeah.
and then grab them and just be like, look when you were skinny or not. Don't you want to be like this again? I'm like, but she thinks she's sending it to me as a private message, but she's just posted it on her timeline, and I'm like, untag. I'm gonna unfriend you, Mom.
Oh my
Blocked.
god.
No
But
way.
it's cool. She doesn't do that anymore.
But I figured out a way though for them to like, for myself to redeem myself from like not looking the way they want me to look. It's by showing that you're doing good in school or like in life. You know what I mean? Because they like that too. They're like, how are you doing in school? I'm like, yeah, you know, A's, blah 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 blah. But now.
And then you hide your real results.
No, but like, in all honesty, like, I'm the type, because compared to my sisters are very into their looks, actually. They're very into makeup and stuff. For me, I was very focused on education, because I thought, okay,
Oh, yeah?
if I was very focused on education, excuse me.
Oh yeah.
Same though.
But, yeah, because I thought, okay, if I can't look the way they want me to look, maybe I can
Redeem yourself.
myself
Like,
with the
impress them
grades.
through that, yeah.
Which I did, and, like, now, I'm like, they always comment on me, but I'm like, but you know, I'm managing MAMASONS, and they're like, oh, you hear that? Oh, she's a manager, and they're like, they
Yeah,
ignore the
they
fact
hype
that
it
they
up.
literally just insulted me for a good 10
Yeah,
minutes.
they hype it up.
Yeah.
Once you've achieved something.
Yeah, and now they're all like, oh, look. Now they all of them they come and they're like, oh, this can't, huh? This can't. Even though they like roasted me for like most of my life. I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
no, so sorry.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, my parents were very unimpressed as well in the beginning. So I was like, okay, this is why I do so many things.
So you're a model
Yeah.
/ influencer, right?
And then I also do, like, I play basketball as well. I play 8 instruments, like, I act, I dance, all that stuff.
She's the whole thing.
She's the
guys.
package, guys.
Yeah, but that's because when I was growing up, I felt like I needed to impress my parents so much. Like, I seeked validation so much from them to the point where I actually pushed myself to do as much as I could.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like, it's paid off now, but growing up, I'm just like, wow, I went through all of that just so they could be happy, but was I really happy during that time?
Well, are
when I
you
was
happy? Yeah, I'm happy.
She's life.
like- No, but when it came to school, they didn't actually pressure me that much. But I feel like since they didn't pressure me, I pressured myself to do well.
Yeah.
Right. Like, did you guys ever get forced to do homework or study or thing?
Yeah.
No.
My
No, I
parents-
naturally just did it.
My
Yeah,
parents were super
did
strict with
I?
education. My parents were really strict. With like
Oh,
when I was
tell
growing
us.
up, like mum, I'd go home from school and mum would be like, okay, we're having a maths lesson, we're having an English lesson, like, and we used to have it like up on my stairs.
Yeah.
And like education was the biggest like focus. So like beauty wise and whatever, my parents were always like super supportive. If it was more me putting pressure on myself.
Yeah.
Being like, I'm not white enough, I'm not like blah blah blah. But then with education, they were like, okay, you need to make sure you do well, like, you know, take advantage of the fact that you have this education, because kids in Philippines don't have the same access.
True, yeah, my parents would say
Yeah.
stuff like that.
They never pressured me into like specific careers or anything like that. But then it's also like you said, having that mind frame of wanting to impress your parents and putting that pressure on yourself so you don't like disappoint. I think. And so I went through like school doing really well. I was like very academic. I was very involved. Like I did all my art stuff, did really well my art stuff, did my music stuff, did well with that.
Just gonna drop it. Jem is a law
Straight A's,
graduate.
Yeah.
True.
And so law.
If you ever get in trouble,
Think that paid
hit
off.
her up.
Yeah, and I did law, and then I decided, hey, I don't actually want to be a lawyer. So then last year I was like, okay, I'm gonna go figure things out. So that was the first time when I thought, you know what, I don't think I want to carry on doing like the academics.
Yeah.
And because I've always been like in the background very creative, that's when like right now I have like a proper like city job like in sales and stuff. But on the side I do like freelancing, so I do stuff with the National Gallery and then I do stuff with you guys here. So I get to like do the fun side, and I'm hoping that fun side will go to the front. But again, now I start to worry that what if this isn't like gonna like impress my parents, or what if this is disappointing because I dropped
that's another
law
thing.
and like I didn't go
Yeah.
carry on.
Yeah.
So
That's another thing
Yeah.
about creative jobs. Filipino mom. Well, my mom was just like, that's not a real job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So I obviously wanted to do something creative. And once I told my parents, I was like, I'm going to do art. And then they were like, you're not going to make money from that.
yeah,
They'll be like, that's not a real job. What are you on about?
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, what? No, it really is a thing. Like, it's a subject. Like, I was proper, like, stating the facts. And they still said, you're not going to make money from that. You're not going to get a career from that. You're not going to have a life.
Yeah.
Proper, I was just like, whoa, okay.
I mean, Filipino parents only consider 5 things to be a real job:
Nursing, number
nursing, doctor,
Doctor, dentist.
lawyer, dentist, accountant,
Yeah.
anything to do with
Anything that can help you in
Numbers,
life, with
science.
anything that has anything to do with maths and science
Is
Yeah.
a real job.
is a real job that will pay you.
pay the
And like
bills,
obviously
that's
times
the
have
thing.
changed, and me telling them that I'm an influencer, they were like, what is that? The first time I told them that I actually like make money from it, they were like, you're joking, right? And I was like, no, like this is a thing, like this is what I'm doing right now. And they didn't believe me for a whole year that this is what I'm doing. They're like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like I'd say, yeah, I got this job, like, or like with modeling and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, Hannah, like, okay, like, what about school though? I'll just be like, oh, can you just not be proud of like what I'm doing, for goodness
Yeah.
sakes? Like, it took them a long time to actually realise that I'm actually like doing something with
Yeah,
my
yeah.
life that's
Yeah.
not.
I think it's
I don't-
hard, like, again, compared to what my brothers went through and what I had to, like, be. It was really, like, not traumatizing, but it was really, like, there's a lot of pressure because
So much pressure.
as boys, I don't really feel like they had a lot of, like, things to live up to in my mum and dad's standards. They were just like,
yeah.
okay,
Oh,
boys,
he's a boy, he's
boys
allowed.
are boys, they can do whatever they
Yeah.
want.
It's
Like,
that double standard.
they've
kind
got,
of
like,
thing,
time to figure their stuff out.
Yeah, like when it comes to relationships, oh yeah, he's a guy, he can do that.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of, like,
Yes, oh my
boys
God,
can do this,
yeah.
and girls can't do this. So like when my brothers didn't go to uni in the beginning and they decided to go for like full-time jobs, like I wasn't allowed to have like the option of having to go to a full-time job or anything else. It was like you have to go to uni. Like every year it was like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to uni. And like I don't think if I had like someone like Jade's mom now, I don't think I would have gone to uni. Not because I didn't want to, just because I don't think now you need to so much if you know what you want to do. Like back then I didn't know what I wanted to do because it was just you just have to go to uni, that's it, otherwise you're a failure. And then it was just like all this like pressure to get into somewhere, even if it's not what you wanted to do.
Imagine my parents told me my life was over when I told them I want to take a gap year. They were like, your life's over, you're not going to go back to uni, you're not going to have any career after that. I was just like, well, I'm just trying to like figure everything out. And like even going into sixth form, I didn't even want to go sixth form. I wanted to take more of a vocational course in college. And then even then, like 16-year-old me, they were telling me my life was over and I'm not going to have anything. Like they literally pressured me so hard, so I was like, fine. But obviously that route, like now I appreciate it more. I actually don't know how it'd be like if I didn't go. But it's just boundaries again. Like they tell you your life is absolutely over, and obviously when I was younger I was more naive and I actually believed it. And I was panicking about it. I'm like, oh, I have to go, I have to
they always have to play the negative, so you think of it and then come out with the positives.
It's actually quite toxic sometimes. I think about it. Mad.
But I remember when I applied to come to London and they were not having it because I applied to an arts degree. I did graphics and then went into advertising, and they were like, no, can't do it. Like, people in London are dangerous. Like, who's going to look after you? Like, you're going to be by yourself. Like, no, you can't do it. And then, like, had a big row with them, like, why I wanted to move and stuff like that. And then, in the end, like, my art teacher, actually, at the time, was like, just apply. Like, you're not going to lose anything. Because with UAL, you have to, like, go for a long process for, like, getting in. It's not through UCAS, so you gotta like audition and like bring your portfolio and things like that. And I was like, what the heck, let me just do it, see what happens. I go in, like bring my portfolio. I told because my sister actually lives in London, that's why I come here and have a weird Irish accent anyway. But so I came over and I told my mom and dad, oh yeah, I'm just visiting my sister like for like the weekend. And they're like, okay, it's not a weekend, but okay. It was a Thursday. And I'll come out Monday. So I came, didn't have a portfolio because I couldn't bring any of my art stuff with me. So I just brought like one thing. It was like this apron I made from screen printing or something. And I had to make something fully from scratch. Come in the next day. And I was like already like, oh, I didn't make it. Like, I didn't put enough work. Went through the whole interview process, like left. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to be a dentist. Okay. I've accepted my fate. Come back, told my mom and dad, okay, I'm gonna be a dentist, like, we're happy about it. And then on my birthday, 18th birthday, so typically you're not meant to celebrate your birthday before your birthday because it's bad luck, right? So I did it anyway because I don't really like listening to them anymore. So I had my birthday, and then I'm not even kidding, on midnight on my birthday I got my acceptance letter for UAL saying like, congratulations, like, we'll see you in September.
What a birthday present.
Blah, blah, blah. And then, because I was already quite tipsy because it was my debut, right? We did 18 shots. I'm, like, looking at my brothers, and they're already giggling. And my whole life, they've messed with me. So I look at them, and I'm like, if one of you is messing with me right now, this is not funny. You can't do this to me right now. I'm going to cry. So tell me if you're making this up. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I got accepted. And they were like, oh, yeah, that was him. He made that last night. And I was like, and then my mum comes in and is like, no, you just got accepted. I got a thing as well. And I was like, what? Mind blown. And then, like, because UAL is, like, infamous for being, like, the top art school in, like, London or whatever else. Filipinos love that, don't they?
Yeah, when it's top.
It's the top.
It's like when I said I got into King's, they were like, top. I was just like, oh my goodness, here we go again with like being in the top.
Yeah, they love that.
We all of
so I wrote that ticket. I was like, guys, it's the top art school in London, and I got accepted. So you know what that means. And my dad was like, is she just talking crap? Like he actually Googled it, went on the like university sites with all the polls of number ones, and like UAL was there, like number one art school, and he was like,
well done, anak.
He was like, okay, so me and your mom will talk. And I was like, yes! Wow.
The way we celebrate over the littlest reactions from our parents. Literally.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But I wouldn't change any of it
Same.
myself. I
Same.
think that,
I love you, Mom.
you know, my parents...
Sorry. Just completely exposed.
My parents
that
still
for you.
don't know I'm a business owner. They think I make ice cream. So,
Same. My parents still think I take photos for fun and just fuck
You
off
know.
with life.
yeah,
Yeah.
they recently discovered what I do. And they're now very proud 2 years after. So when we opened, they were actually like, okay, cool. Nice one. Let us know how it goes. And every time we got featured for something, right? So MAMASONS always featured in like an article or something. I send it to them. I'm like, oh my god, guys, like, just got featured on this thing. And they're like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then recently, when it went on like the Insider, like Facebook top ice cream parlors, like they went nuts. Like
Yeah,
they went
yeah,
nuts. They
yeah.
love
If it's
that
not
stuff
on Facebook,
because
then I
it
don't
was on
care.
Facebook, and they were like,
It was like what happened to me as well. I used obviously I got loads of features and stuff on Instagram, but once I hit Vogue, obviously Vogue is known. My whole family went nuts.
yeah,
They're like, oh my god, Vogue! She got into Vogue. You know what I mean? Like I completely understand that. It's just that one.
it's something they're
big-
familiar with.
Yeah, they're familiar with. Obviously, there's still big things that you got featured on,
yeah.
but that's only because they don't know what it is.
yeah.
But once it's a
don't
big
care.
name, yeah.
They just saw like the Facebook little quick bites, and they're like, oh, Anak, you were there on the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
I shared it everywhere. Well done. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Thanks about that.
Thank you. But like I said, like I'm glad that they treat me really like they're very oblivious to anything I've done in my life.
Love that.
And it kind of keeps me grounded. So when
Same.
people compliment me,
I'm
I
just
don't know
like,
how to
thank you,
react.
yeah.
I don't know like how it should be. I'm used to getting insulted by my family.
Yeah.
Same, no, that's actually
like-
a thing, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know how to
Like,
receive it well. So I'm just like, hey, well done, man. Like congratulations. And I'm like,
thank you. Like we're very shy.
yeah,
That's what I've noticed. Like we don't really say, oh, thank you.
yeah,
We're just like we don't know how to take it.
yeah.
That's what
Oh,
I've noticed
yeah.
about myself.
I
And then
don't know how
people
to
are
take
like, why
compliments.
can't you take a compliment? I'm just like, now
But
I
that's
know
why
why.
that's why I feel like I'm very not traditionally respect everything they did. I do respect everything they did.
Of course.
I mean, like, why I would do what they did with me, because I think that there's other people or other Filipinos that got treated a bit more like kushti, and they're not as like humble or as like,
That's true.
you know, as proud of like, you know, where they came from. Like my mom and dad always made sure I knew how to speak Tagalog,
Same.
understand how they lived and where I come from. So yeah, guys, thanks for the bullying and the lessons
Thank
and
you for the childhood
the
trauma.
rituals.
Thank you for the insults.
Yes,
It shaped me as a person.
but I
And
think we're
now-
gonna wrap this one up.
Yes.
Yes, we've been talking a lot and we're quite hungry. I can see it in
Starving.
Jade's eyes.
I don't want sissing.
Yeah,
No, for real though, like I really do thank the way I was brought up. I really do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't think I'd.
Yeah.
I
So I
wanna
consider
be-
myself like a good
good
person
girls.
now.
Apart from JT.
Stop.
Maybe big.
No, she's a good girl. If you guys haven't seen her debut, we're gonna. I'm kidding.
Ah!
Shout
Hey,
out to
okay,
everyone.
show me that after you.
I will.
Oh no.
Jade turns into a woman. That's gonna be in the next podcast. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Huh?
No, don't worry. Anyways, thank you guys for
Oh my God, that was
listening
so
to our
rude.
podcast.
Thank you.
If you like this talk with me, May, and Jade,
Big Jade.
and Jem,
Jem
and Claire, let us know. I'll be happy to get these lovely ladies back and we can talk more about girls and what we had to go through.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks guys for coming.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank
And
you.
follow their beautiful faces on Instagram
Like
and
your
Facebook
ads.
at
La Claire.
3 Lalas.
La. Yeah.
Jemima Mendoza _ Jemima with an AI.
Whatever. Jemima. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at
Jemima.
spelling.
You already know. _ Sidra
No, I don't know.
Instagram. Shut up, man. And yours?
I'm not gonna put myself like that. No kidding.
Florence.
At Florence May, guys. /MAMASONS /Maginhawa group.
Keep going.
Okay, fine. /Rama Robin /MAMASONS /Guatemala restaurant /Midnight restaurant. And that, guys, is the end of our tea time. Thank you. Do you want to do the subscribe thing?
Okay, it's my first time. Go.
Go.
Oh wait, how do you do
Go.
this? Make sure you like, comment below, and share. Where's subscribe? Where's subscribe?
Down below.
Down below.
Subscribe down below
Say
and turn on the post notification.
Up there.
Up there. Over there. No. Over there.
Done.
Okay, let's go shopping, guys. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna eat.
Beef sissy in time.
Thank you. Goodbye. I want it to end now. What? Come on.
I haven't been on camera in a while, isn't it?
Camera's rolling. Okay, Maginhawa girl talk. Take 1.